in my life, I've always thought that being content is a losing formula, and I always thought that losers are content. Like, if you're content, you're dying inside because everything's just okay. But if you think about it, everybody's always pursuing happiness and trying to level up their happiness by getting more, being more, and doing more. But if you really think about it, like, being content is what we're here for. Like, contentment is the goal. Like in your career, in your relationships, in your personal life, like, you don't have to always be joyful and, like, pumped up and excited about everything. But at the same time, you could just be, everything's okay, everything's fine. Like, you don't necessarily have to be pissed off and angry that you're not where you ultimately want to be. And I'm not saying don't pursue goals and don't pursue things that mean something to you. I'm just saying it's like a balance of, you appreciate the moment today, you're content with how things are, and you also want to do more things in life, but you're not attaching your self-worth to those things, because right now everything is good enough, and you're grateful for who you are and what you are and where you are in life. But at the same time, that's just what it is. Like, I remember in my relationship that ended, there was points where I was just bored, and I thought that was a bad thing. Like, I thought, man, like, even though the relationship's fine, everything's great, we got along and everything was fine, but I wasn't content. I was, like, bored, and I thought that was a bad thing, But it's a natural part of being a person, is sometimes it's boring. Like your career, you might have a year or a few weeks or a few months out of the year, and you think, I don't know where I'm going with this. But if you're content, you're saying, okay, I know where I'm at and I know where I'm going, and I'm not going to just quit my job or look for something new just because right now it's different or it's boring or I don't feel fulfilled today right this second. I just think, I don't know, I'm kind of debating this in my mind as I was speaking, but it's like a balance of being driven towards something because you actually want it, not because you think it'll bring you more attention or more money or more of something that doesn't really matter, just because you actually just want it. Like, that's just something you want to do, that you want to have or want to be. But you don't necessarily have to be so driven that you forget that right now you're good enough. And this is something I struggle with a lot, and I've like learned how to think about this. But I was always discontent and angry and kind of like grumpy if I wanted to lose a lot of weight and I wasn't doing it that moment. I'm angry. If I wasn't making a certain income, I'm angry. If I didn't have money saved, I'm angry. Like, I was just letting it control me, and without being content with where I'm at, but also knowing where I'm going. I don't know if this makes sense, but I think we could all be a little bit more content and not always have to be more, do more, and have more. I think that's a dangerous trap for a life like that doesn't feel good, like that you spend a lot of time being angry or resentful, and only if we're close to death or very sick do we realize what's actually important. And we might say, damn, why was I never satisfied or content with where I was, even though everything was fine? Like, if you have a job, a place to live, people around you that you love, if you're on your deathbed, that's all that matters, is the people around you that you love and care about. But you may overlook those small things because you're so driven to do more, be more, and have more, that you're never content. You never just sit there and realize how good you already have it. So, whatever. Hopefully that makes sense.